Hey everybody, and welcome to Joker's Wild Side. I am Lobo,
I'm Jax.
and we got a good one today. We've been missing a few, actually almost all last week, except Monday. So we haven't seen you for a week. We had some stuff, and then Friday we was just
I was waiting for him. He was waiting for me.
Bad communication there all around. But we're back. We got a lot of news to cover. But before we do that, how you been, man? How's everything?
Been doing a lot better. Today was a lot better day than compared to what I've been dealing with. So
Good. I'm glad. It was a rough week, if I remember correctly.
yeah, I had some not fun stuff happening. So
it happens. We can't always be 100%. But I'm glad you're back, and we're back this week with a lot of news. Before we get started, just want to send a shout out to we just found out about a co-worker of ours. Her son passed away. So, do you know his name?
I read it today, but I don't quite remember.
Okay.
Condolences. We'll jump to this real quick. Remember, be grateful for everything that you have.
Yeah.
Never know when somebody's gonna just go out like that. So
yeah, it's sad to hear, especially when it's your son, someone's son.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thoughts and prayers go out to her, and it's gonna be for a while for her. So
yeah,
let's send positive vibes that way. But now let's get into the NFL news we got today. First, let's talk about Week 8 reviews. The Raiders last week on Monday lost to the Lions. Bad loss. We'll go into a little bit more news on that going forward. They showed very to no life on that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like you saw me as we were watching it during the stream. I was ready to throw my hat at the camera. It was bad. Then following morning, which we're going to get into now, Raiders fired their GM, their head coach, and their offensive coordinator. Apparently, the team had been having meetings all together with the owner, with coaches, and they aired out their grievances, said what we could do better, and a lot of it apparently was about the coach.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, he was not a good leader. Don't know the guy, but I was really mad in the way he was putting the team together, what he was doing. But the owner of the Raiders decided to get rid of him. They put in a former player, former Super Bowl champion, into the interim head coach, and we'll get more into what happened this week as we review the games coming up. But after that, also on Thursday, the Titans lose to the Steelers in a close game, 16-20. Titans continue to show that they're
fluttering.
Yeah, Steelers surprisingly now are starting to look better than what they did when they started because they sucked in the beginning. And the Jets just turned over the ball. Bosa strips sack and takes the ball. We're watching the game live here. So also week 9 was a lot of great games happened this week. Let's start off with what happened with the Raiders, with the interim head coach. All of them celebrating the strip sack. So the Raiders looked like world beaters this week with the interim head coach. New vibes. Everybody was partying after this win. They were smoking cigars. They were dancing, everything. So it seems like with the previous coach, McDaniel, they were on eggshells. That's what it sounds like. That's what is the vibe that's coming out of the locker room. And now switching up, everybody's having fun. I'm excited to see where this goes.
It's no longer a job for them.
Yes.
It's actually enjoying what they're doing, what you're supposed to do.
Exactly. As I say, it is a kid's game after all. I had given up on the season before the Monday night game last week. After this game, although they did beat the Giants 30-6, they beat the snot out of them.
Granted, they're the Giants.
That's what I'm saying. They suck. We looked very good in that, and that's the team that we were expected to have. Very good offensively, defensively. We did it. We did a great job. I'm excited to see what happens. Am I expecting a big playoff push or Super Bowl? No. but it looks very, very positive compared to a week ago.
Yeah, Raiders have been down for a while. How long has McDaniels been
A
coach?
year and a half, and nothing great has happened.
Yeah, because last year they played
mediocre at best.
And when my buddy gave up halfway, or not even 6 weeks into the season.
Yeah, it's not good. But at least this vibe-wise, it looks so much better. What they did on the field looks so much better. They had a little trick play handoff. They got a touchdown in the beginning of the game. Very good. It looks like they're trying to flow together. They're trying to get it together. So, is the season over? Not anymore. Not for me. I don't see them winning the whole thing, but it looks very much more positive now. We'll have to see as the season goes on, obviously. Another big game this week that we saw that you were surprised, the Cardinals. I mean, not surprised because they suck.
Yeah.
But they could not get anything on the board. 27-0. They lose to the Browns.
Browns have been doing pretty all right.
Yeah, they beat the 49ers. They gave them the first loss. As the beginning of the season, I saw their defense as being one of the top. So they proved it here as they did not let anything get through them really towards the end zone. But 27-0, their offense was cooking too. So they look very good. Ravens beat the Seahawks handily 37-3 also. It looks, these last 2-3 weeks, the Ravens had looked like world beaters like the 49ers did in the beginning of the season.
Oh, yeah, Ravens have come up.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. We'll talk a little bit more about them at the end of our segment for today for NFL. Texans get a big win against Buccaneers in a close one. Texas rookie quarterback had the best rookie game ever with 475 yards and 5 TDs.
Dang.
Unheard of. 0 interceptions, 0 turnovers.
Oh, nice.
And the Chargers just score again.
But they got
there's a flag. We'll see what it is. It looks like the Chargers are starting to run away with this. Saints beat the Bears. Sorry, Dylan. Unfortunately, also, your team, the Bills, fall to the Bengals. The Bengals seems like they're the Bengals of old.
Yeah, they smacked out 49ers. Yeah. They smacked out Bills now. Now, who's the next one they got to get after? The Eagles?
I don't know they play, but if they do, they might be in the Super Bowl. Patriots continue to look bad. Green Bay, they look good, but it also was a backup quarterback. Oh, it was a touchdown. It was against the defense. Panthers go back to what they really are, bunch of losers. Oh, did I say that? My bad. Well, at least on the scoreboard and on the record, they lost again against middle of the road, sometimes decent football team Colts, who they're looking like they have a bright future ahead if they could keep the pieces together. And then the Dolphins lose to the Chiefs in Germany in a close one, closer than we both thought.
Yeah.
We both thought the Dolphins were going to run away with it, but
you have the previous Super Bowl champs.
Yes.
Who was the other contender for Super Bowl last year?
Eagles. Which, that's the next one I'm going to talk about. Eagles beat the Cowboys in a very close one. Cowboys look extremely good. But
the Cowboys kept up with the Eagles.
Yes.
Almost all night.
Yeah, they almost came back and won it at the end a few times. Their Cowboys defense had 3 straight 3-and-outs for the Eagles.
Did they roll back that touchdown?
I think so. I think he was down.
Oh, they're just replaying it.
No, he was down by contact before he got to the end zone. But yeah, the Eagles are 8-1, and they're all close games, but they're winning. A win's a win. They're tough.
Win's a win.
So we'll see how that continues. But now with some injury reports that happened this week, Giants quarterback went down on the Raiders game with the ACL injury. He's out for the season.
Yeah.
ACL tear. They reported it this morning.
So Giants are only going to go more downhill, or they're going to rotate out, and they're going to realize the other quarterback's been pocket?
No. So he went down pretty early in the game. The backup quarterback did score or get him in field goal range and stuff like that. But no, I think they're going to go straight down. I think they're done. Eagles tight end. I can't read his last name. GoeDert.
JoDert.
Sorry. He had a forearm fracture during the game. I think he played part of it like that and then left.
Depending on the type of fracture, I mean, he could still play.
Yeah,
just wouldn't
very
be comfortable.
Yeah, very uncomfortable. The problem is with some of the workouts. I mean, some of those plays where especially the tight end, they have to get into like alignment position.
Mm-hmm.
It might bring too much pressure and actually cause a break.
That guy got bulldozed.
I think that was a flag on the defense, but not sure. Then Vikings running back Akers injured his left Achilles. He's also injured, not sure. Oh, ran in, never gave up. Nice touchdown now for sure. Chargers, no flag.
Yep.
No flag, yep. 13-0, Chargers.
1 yard rush touchdown. Good job.
A touchdown's a touchdown. So Akers might be also done for the season. I think they said something about it this morning.
When it comes to Achilles and ACL and a lot of your leg muscles,
it's kind of very hard to come back from if you don't get surgery or if they're a little bad. So hopefully they get back quickly and be able to play some longer. Hey, Mexican flag. Chargers fan, I bet you anything. The Eagles quarterback, even though they've been winning, apparently he's been dealing with some injuries. And during the game, he hurt his knee, was walking funny, but he toughed it out. He fought through the pain and got the win.
Still won.
Yeah, and considering that one of their biggest plays is they call it the brotherly shove, but it's really a tush push where everybody lines up behind the center and pushes the quarterback through the defense to get a yard or two. That still must be painful, especially getting all those bodies coming in to hit you in the knees.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it looks like he's going to fight through it. It doesn't look like it's anything too bad. They could also just shoot up the joints with cortisone, exactly. And usually that'll get him through games. Pro wrestlers do that a lot too with certain injuries. That's pretty much the biggest injuries this week. It looks like some of them, like the Giants, is just going to cause some. They didn't look great to begin with. This is just going to go way downhill. They might be worse than the Panthers by the end of the year. Who knows?
Yeah, hopefully not. I'm strong arm behind the Eagles right now.
No, not Eagles, Giants.
Oh, Giants.
Yeah, but the Eagles, hopefully they don't fall off because it hurts if he gets injured and it has to go out.
Giants, they're out for the season.
I think so too.
They've been playing like garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't been winning much.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. I mean, it doesn't look good. Sorry. Let's talk about tonight's game. The Jets-Chargers. We're watching it. Obviously, the Chargers have a pretty potent offense. Their defense is hit and miss, even though they got superstars. The Jets, offensively right now, it's kind of hit or miss, very hit or miss. But their defense is, I think it's either top 2, top 3.
Their defense is doing pretty good. I mean, right now the score doesn't quite show it.
Yeah.
But as an example, Chargers just tried to do 3 consecutive touchdowns. The first one, flag was called, didn't count. Then they threw 2 passes, and Jets were able to block them out. And they sat and they played 3 different runs on touchdown. And finally on the fourth.
Yeah, on the fourth one.
On the fourth, they finally got it.
Yeah. But just a little pointer on it. The Jets beat the Giants last week, 13-10, with technically 1 score from the defense, a pick 6. But one of the other scores was also a very good position takeaway from the Jets defense, left them almost in scoring position. So we could put the 2 scores from the defense, really. So this defense could carry the team, but their offense has to be a lot better. That was a bad throw, man.
Oh, yeah.
But regardless, who do you think's got it tonight?
When I first saw Jets-Chargers, I was like, Jets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing them play, and Chargers are just running away with it right now.
Yeah. I mean, two unanswered touchdown, 14-0. One of them was a punt return or a kick return. One of the punt return, most likely. And this is going to get stopped behind the line. Yeah. And in a weird position.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the offense could keep up with the Chargers offense, so I'm going to go Chargers here, unfortunately, as much as I want to see them lose because they're in my division. I need the Raiders to stay up there. But, we will see. Maybe the defense will come up with some good plays. So your game, you got the Chargers on here too?
Yeah, I think I got the Chargers on it. I was really hoping for Jets.
Yeah. It's not looking good for them.
No, their Chargers defense is stopping Jets offense pretty decently. I mean, They've already had it turned over a couple of times. 2 minutes in the first.
2 minutes left in the first. There's a flag. Probably holding. Yeah, it's not looking good for the Jets, but
flag and 15 yards.
Yeah,
which they're probably going to roll it back.
Agreed. Now let's talk about Thursday's game. First game of Week 10, illegal contact. Offensive, okay. On Thursday, the Bears and the Panthers, the game of two teams that are not doing well at all.
It's going to be the two kids with crutches fighting each other in the toy house.
I want to say something worse. I'm not going to say it. But yes, you're kind of right. It's kind of like they take the two, as they did in school, the two loser kids and watch them fight. I mean,
the two people last on the kickball team face off each other.
Yes, exactly. Something like that. I have the Bears here just because I don't trust anything the Panthers are doing yet.
I mean, I need to go and review what Panthers have been doing. Recently, they've been getting closer and closer to the scores.
Yeah, I mean, they did get their first win last week, but I still do not trust anything they're doing.
Bears is on 2 wins, right?
They have 2 wins. I think last week they lost again. Again, they have a bye this week. Oh, no, they lost this week. Yes, they lost. Yeah, it's kind of dry in here. But they showed a bit of life during 2 games versus the Raiders, which pissed me off. And against the Patriots, they looked very good offensively. So they have potential there. I
was thinking Panthers originally, but now you've convinced me to Bears.
Yeah. I mean, Panthers, I cannot do anything with what they're doing, so I cannot choose them otherwise. And the Bears beat my team, so I would give them when it's due, give the props where it's due. And the Bears beat us. I think the Bears will take this one on Thursday, although I think
4-12. Oh,
that penalty sent them way back.
I mean, they could kick it from what is that, 25-yard line?
Yeah, they're punting it. No, that's too much.
Or 23-yard line.
Yeah, that's way too long for a field goal. Way too long. But regardless, tell us what you think. What's going to happen tonight and on Thursday down in the comments. Now let's go to a segment that we started a few weeks ago. Our top and bottom 6. Yes, that sounds funny. Yes, we did it on purpose. We're weird like that. Let's start with the bottom. I'll go first. I'll say my 6, 5, and 4. And then you could come up with those, and then we'll continue from there. My 6th worst team is Green Bay. They did get a win here this week against, who the hell? I think it was the Rams. They beat the Rams. Yes, they did 20-3. But the Rams had a backup quarterback. It's kind of like the Raiders this week. We destroyed the Giants. Half that game was great game with the backup quarterback.
Chargers already have control. Jet didn't even have it for 2 minutes. But it's 22 seconds left in the quarter. Yeah. Chargers could rush it. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. At my number 5, I have Chicago. I have to give them respect where respect is due, even though it's not much. Sorry, wrong. Forgot I crossed it out. My 6 is Tennessee. I forgot I crossed it out.
Yeah, I saw. I was peeking over, and I was just like, that looks a little shaded out.
Yeah. Sorry, Tennessee. As they lost to the Steelers on Thursday, what they were projected to do this year and what they're doing is kind of mediocre. And their record reflects it, so I cannot give them anything higher than a 6 for now. At 5, Chicago, as I was saying, they did get a few good wins. They do show a little bit of life, so I can't put him much lower than that. At 4, Arizona with another loss. Who they lose to this week? They lost to the Browns. They got shut out. Maybe I should have dropped them a little more, but too late. At number 4, Arizona Cardinals. How about you? What are your 6, 5, and 4?
Did a little bit of reorganizing in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Packers is number 6 for me.
Okay.
I did have Rams as number 5, but I'm moving the number 5 to Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
And then 4 is Denver.
I get it. Even though with their big win against Kansas City that last week.
It's still the ponies, man.
Okay. You think it was a fluke win?
Yeah, and our little buddy at work was
a little too hyped.
Yeah, he was shocked. There's no better word than shocked.
Yes. He said he was good for the season after that one. I would rather flip that around, but okay. Okay, that's a good list. I do think Denver has a little better to do coming forward. I think they'll move up on the list.
They've awakened.
Yes, I think so too. At my number 3, I have New England Patriots. Another loss this week. They lost, I just said it too, against the Commanders, who are not a great team. It was a closer game, but the Patriots do not seem to have it this year at all. Number 2, I have the Giants, who we destroyed. I would put them at number 1, but there's still one team that we talked about. Cannot put them below them.
Mm-hmm.
They only got one win, and they continue their losing ways. Carolina, to proven otherwise, I cannot put them, as we said, anything bigger than the worst team in the league. How about you? What are your bottom 3 teams?
I got the Bears, and then just because I've been disappointed with another team, I moved Carolina up to 2.
Yeah.
And then the Cardinals, Cardinals just haven't been doing good. I mean, they have, 2 wins, 1 win?
Give me a second. I can look it up real quick.
I think
they have 2 wins.
I just don't think the Cardinals have been playing much.
No, 1 win.
1 win. So, yeah, I mean, you got the 3 lowest teams right here. Chicago, Carolina, Arizona. Arizona, they've just been slowly dropping down and down on my list. My reasoning for why Carolina is higher is because they got a more recent win. Arizona has just been on the downslope. And that is my reasoning of how Carolina has surpassed.
All right, I'm going to go on a little tangent about what you said. I agree. Just specifically when they traded off what would be their backup quarterback to another team to back up. They traded a Dobbs to the Vikings, who just got a win with that same quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And the Arizona just look like they're going crashing down. So okay, I understand you're picking on them number 1 worst team. I have no arguments. Except I still think Carolina sucks ass.
No, Carolina definitely sucks. At this point, I'm kind of thinking, why do they even have a football team?
Nice. Yeah. It's funny. I think 7 years ago, 8 years ago, they won the Super Bowl. Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they're having fun at all.
No, I don't think so either.
Me neither. All right, let's move on to our top 6. So let's end this NFL segment with the positive. At my 6th, I have Miami. They did just lose to Kansas City in the close one in Germany. They lost to our Super Bowl champions. And in a close game. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
They did not show up like we thought they were, but they played them tight. At number 5, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars. They've been on a tear. They had the bye week this week, but 5 straight wins. I gotta give them their props. They've been showing up. At number 4, I have Detroit, who's fumble. No, dead. Detroit, who has been playing like a brand new team. I gotta give them the props as well. They look like they're a legit team. I can't put them any lower than 4. We'll see next week. They were also on the bye. maybe they'll switch around. But how about you? What are your 6, 5, and 4 on top 6?
So I follow suit with Miami.
Gotcha.
Then number 5 is Detroit Lions.
Okay.
They've been showing some good motive, good push.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 4, I have Minneapolis, the Vikings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've been doing some work. They put down the 49ers. Granted, when the 49ers were already in their slump.
Yes. You know what's funny about that? I'm trying to find a list over here. I think a few weeks ago we had them in the bottom 6.
I think so. I think Detroit in the very start of the season was bottom.
No. Minnesota.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, we had them in a potential bottom 6. It was a few weeks. It's funny how a few weeks could turn everything around. I mean, just look at 1 week with the Raiders. The energy is completely different from last Monday to this Monday for me.
Oh, yeah, and especially with how the team feels.
Mm-hmm.
If you have everybody that's like, oh, I don't really want to be here, you know all too well. Yeah. People who don't want to be around aren't going to work around.
Exactly, 100%. And it looks like Minnesota has been turning it around here. They look great. For me, they're still not enough to be in the top 6. But I get why you would put them.
I've just seen them get. I think they're on 3 wins in a row now.
I think so. Yeah.
So
and one of them is the 49ers.
Yeah, but it was also 49ers without 2 big players.
Yes, but being the Niners is no easy task.
Especially how we saw them at the start of the year.
Exactly. So I get your point for sure. At my number 3, I have Kansas City. They are Super Bowl champs, like I said, multiple times. They just came off a win. But I just think there's 2 teams that are much hotter right now. That would be 1, Baltimore Ravens, who destroyed. What the hell did they destroy? I can't remember right now. The Seahawks were also no laughing matter. They're doing,
you were talking up the Seahawks like no other last week.
Yeah, and they got beat up 37-3. Come on. And then last week they also destroyed, I think the Browns.
Which Browns been playing hot recently too.
Yeah, they beat the Browns 24-20. No, they beat Carolina 31-24. But they've been looking like their offense is playing great. So I got to put them at 2. At number 1 is the best team. They only got 1 loss. The Philly special, the Philly push, the brotherly push, whatever you want to call it, the tush push team, Philadelphia. I mean, the record speaks for themselves. I cannot say anything else than that. It's 8-1, best record in the NFL. They find ways to win, so I got to put them in number 1. How about you, Mike?
So I'm going a big off of what teams have been proving lately.
Oh, okay.
And that's where my top has been feeling. Philly, they're winning. They're winning a lot. But they haven't been doing anything super dramatic. Games have been getting kind of close. So I'm putting them at my 3.
Gotcha.
Jaguars, I've been enjoying what the Jaguars have been doing. They weren't doing too great. Well, I wouldn't say doing too great at the start of the season, but out of nowhere, they came out with fire in their bellies. They got number 2. And Baltimore Ravens, they seem like they're just wiping the slate right now. So I put Baltimore Ravens to my number 1.
Gotcha. Who was your number 2 again?
Jaguars.
Jaguars. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little higher than I would, but nothing wrong with that.
I was thinking about putting them at a different spot just because it was the bye week and we haven't seen them play. So there's been no momentum on it.
Gotcha.
But that's my top 6. If you guys want to talk about how you feel about our top 6, our bottom 6, what your guys' top 6, bottom 6 are, let us know down in the comments. Let us know in the chat. We're always streaming live on Twitch.
Definitely. Other than that, let's move on to some pro wrestling news. There's quite a bit of it. This weekend there was a premium event in Saudi Arabia, WWE Crown Jewel. There was a lot of titles on the line. There was a lot of matches. So the first one I'm going to talk about straight off the bat, there's a new U.S. champion as Rey Mysterio is beaten by Logan Paul, man.
I think we
speak about
talked
this.
about that.
Yes.
I think that we talked about how Logan Paul might beat out Rey Mysterio. And honestly, for a big thing for me, I think it's a push to rotate out the old, put in the new.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think so too. I don't have as much of a grievance with Logan Paul like you do, or feelings like that.
I knew him when he was a YouTuber, man. And if you don't know, then you don't know.
I didn't care enough during that time for it. He's not a bad performer, so that's fine.
He's an excellent performer.
Yes, that he is. I think it was just Rey Mysterio is kind of looking at the last year or so of his career, and I think this might have been his last title run, unless there's a tag team run here at the end.
Honestly, I can see Mysterio not being around for much longer.
Yeah, he said it a few weeks ago in the podcast that the light is in the end of the tunnel. He's pretty much ready to hang it up. Speaking of hanging it up, John Cena falls to Solo. I jumped a little bit on the list just because he posted something that kind of like a retirement thing. And the way he was saying bye to everybody in the crowd during Crown Jewel after the loss, it seemed like this might be one of his last times wrestling.
He's kind of trying to tie up the knots. I wouldn't say cut ties, but tie them up.
Yeah, just say goodbye, say this was good, nice knowing you, and going to Hollywood. Sad to see him go, but he had a great career. I think 17-time, 16-time world champion. Pretty much the whole, from 2002 to 2013, 14, 15, it was John Cena.
John Cena's name was everywhere, man.
He carried WWE. So it's sad to see you go, but everything has to end eventually. And then the World Heavyweight title, Seth Rollins retains against Drew McEntire. We don't know. We talked about this last week. His contract situation is kind of up in flux.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to be pushing him for much anything.
Unless he signs. There was a little snippet that was teased in WWE, YouTube, and on socials. Judgment Day's Rhea Ripley came by, and I think they had a little conversation. So he might be joining the Judgment Day. Who knows? After that, Priest tries to cash in his money in the bank, but Sami Zayne interfered. Kind of just regular Judgment Day stuff. Mami, I know you're happy about this one. Mami and Rhea Ripley survives a fatal 5-way.
I could give her a fatal 5-way.
Jesus, you're cochina. Oh no, maybe me too. But she retained.
Can you speak up? I don't think that it picked up.
Nope. I'm gonna pretend I didn't say anything.
I'm gonna go back in editing and gain all that
up. But she retains her title regardless against 4 other superstars. Don't know how she survived, but she did. Probably with some help from Dom. I did not see this match as I was at work. Io Shirai also retained her women's title with help from the returning Kairi Sane.
Which I know you're not happy about.
No. I'm actually am.
Oh, you are? Okay, so some other lady that you were very disgruntled about.
Yeah, no. What I was disgruntled about is Nia Jax.
Nia Jax, that's who it was.
Her returning, I'm like, oof, bad.
Dude, Chargers still have possession.
Yep. No, they punted and the other team, the Jets, went 3-0. That's how bad their offense is right now. No, it's just Nia Jax. I think she's reckless. She doesn't work to. I don't want to say like improve the business, but she is very selfish wrestler in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So she's the one I'm disgruntled with. But I don't know her personally. Like I said, this is just what I see. Stories coming out from backstage, stuff that's happened. So to me, enough with her. Move on from her. But Kairi Sane, I'm a big fan of. We talked about her a few weeks ago about her leaving Japan. So, and also with that, it looks like Io Shirai and Kairi Sane are going to start a new stable.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a few other Asian, not to mix with Japanese wrestlers, Asian wrestlers in WWE Developmental in the main event roster that could be joined up and just push this Japanese-inspired big boom from Japan wrestling, from Asian wrestling.
Oh, if we could get Io and then Kairi and
Asuka. That's a possibility. There's also two other ones that are.
Oh, and they can call themselves the Trinidad.
Funny you say that. We'll do a little disclaimer. They were. Lucha Underground was a promotion that was around for a bit that was recorded in LA. Both of them were in that, and I think they were called the Triad.
Okay.
Close. So the Triad Trinidad or some shit like that.
What you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, 100%. And I think they'll have to name it a little different, but I am down for that because one, they're very physical wrestlers and technical. That'd be freaking great. They're just killers.
It'd be a great grouping.
Yes, agreed. Also, Roman Reigns escapes with his title again, with some help from the bloodline as they always do.
Mm-hmm.
Wash and repeat. That's all they do. Versus LA Knight.
Honestly, though, I don't think LA Knight gets Universal title. It would be really cool.
Yes,
but I feel like LA Knight should be. I think he should take Gunther's.
You talking about IC title?
Yeah, that's Intercontinental.
Okay, so step below the world the title. Okay.
Yeah, just to get Gunther moving.
Gotcha.
LA Knight's really good. I can also see him beating Gunther, no problem. With how technical he can get and how fast he can get around and move around and
yes. I see what you're saying, and the fan of LA Knight me wants to say no.
Yeah.
But me understanding the business part of wrestling will probably say that's probably the move that's going to happen, as he is very hot right now, fan-wise. It's just the crowd is behind him. I think it was a little too soon to put him with Roman, but it was also what else are you going to do with him being so hot right now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Is he's hot, but it's Roman Reigns.
Actually, I just got another prediction.
For
Friday.
Yeah, I have a prediction cooking right now too. So
hold on. Continue with that thought while I finish it.
Yeah, I mean, LA Knight's good. Is he that good? I feel like he needs to fight through a few other rungs. LA Knight did beat Cody one night, right?
I wasn't sure if it was Cody, but I know he tagged with Cena and they beat the Bloodline.
Okay.
I just got an idea that we'll talk about Friday, by the way, about LA Knight for sure. I think it was a little too soon, like I mentioned, for him to go for a world title.
Yeah.
But in the same sense, what do you do with him right now? He is so hot.
Oh, yeah.
He pretty much ran through the bloodline on SmackDowns, beating Solo, is it Jay or Jimmy, the one that's still in Bloodline. Beat him in a tag team.
Jimmy.
Beat him in a tag team with Cena. So, I mean, what else do you do with him? I want to see him prevail. Obviously, he is extremely hot, extremely popular. Hopefully, they don't waste this momentum they have like they've done with many other wrestlers. Cody Rhodes beat Damian Priest, overcoming outside interference, as well as Judgment and Bloodline. It's kind of like same thing, different characters.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. But Cody Rhodes wins. It looks like he's starting to move back up. I don't know what's going to happen with Cody though.
I have a few things cooking for Cody.
I have an idea. I have ideas, but since he didn't win the title off of Roman in WrestleMania, it's kind of like. And I think they took the tag teams away from him and Jay too soon.
Yeah, they
Way
only
too
held
soon.
him for just a little bit.
There's a little rant that I'm gonna go on as soon as we're done with this, but with this part. And actually, no, we are done. F it. So I'm gonna say it. I don't like the way they're pushing Judgment Day. The way they use Judgment Day. They did this with Dominic. He lost the title. A week later, he wins it back.
Mm-hmm.
Judgment Day loses the tag titles. A few weeks, they win it back. Come on now. You're going to either keep the titles on them or take them off.
The biggest
Just
groups right now is basically Bloodline and Judgment Day.
Agree 100%. But Mami is a champion. Dominic is a champion. Oh, shit. No, they don't have a woman on that. Never mind. That idea just went out the window. But possibility, I might have to write that down. But regardless, I do not like this flip-flopping stuff. If you're going to give them a long run, give them a long run with the title. If not, they're doing too much of this flip-flopping thing. That's my rant, really. It's just make it consistent, make a choice, and keep it, you know. But that's just my personal taste on it. I get why they do it, to put a little more shine on someone else or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But Dominic should not want his title back so quickly. That's just my main one. Anywho,
47-yard attempt.
Yeah. Not a record, nowhere near.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's
sorry, we're pausing for this.
Yeah. I think the record is.
There you go.
Good.
That's good.
It's a 62 or 63 yard field goal.
Finally, Jets are on the board.
Yeah. Still going to lose.
Still going to lose. Probably.
Yeah. Now, going on to Japan, like we were talking about with Kairi and Io, New Japan has announced 3 matches for the Wrestle Kingdom show in January.
And it's the 18th showing?
Wrestle Kingdom, yes.
Okay.
So it's pretty much their WrestleMania. This is their 18th year.
And you were talking about wanting to do this, but time schedules.
I'm going to do it regardless. Hopefully you could join it, but it's very, very early. I think it's like 2 a.m.
Isn't it on a Thursday, technically? So
yes. So I'll be fine. You will not have to go to work, like dead ass.
Oh, I'm going to bring energy drinks then.
Okay. That's cool with me.
If I was to do it, it's energy drinks and I'm going to be wired.
Yeah. We'll have some coffee here for you too. Everything. We'll have everything. We have candy, we have food, we have everything. So if you're down to do it, I am definitely down to do it by myself if you can't make it.
Mm.
But I'm hoping you could do it so you could see some Japanese wrestling for sure. But they have announced 3 matches that I'm excited for. The first one we already gone over. It's the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Sonata versus a G1 Climax winner, Naito, who the backstory behind this is very good, as Naito is the leader of Los Ingobernables de Japón, of Japan, and Sonata used to be a member till he betrayed Naito to go into his own crew and then won the championship. So this is going to be a great blow-off. I think Naito wins this just to show his prevalence. Although I could also see Sonata saying, see, I didn't need you, sucker.
Yeah, I mean, Sonata can be king of the castle.
Yep.
But Naito could knock down the ruler.
Show that he was really the original ruler and just stayed. But regardless, that's going to be a good match. Then we have Bryan Danielson from AEW, formerly known as Daniel Bryan from WWE, versus Okada. This, I think, will be their second match ever, which is 2 technical, brilliant wrestlers. Although Bryan has been working with the broken orbital bone. He got hit in, I think, 2 weeks ago in the match that cracked his orbital bone. So that's probably uncomfortable and painful. But Bryan Danielson has worked with much worse with broken necks and stuff. So I think he'll be fine. I think this match will be crazy good, very technical. And then they announced this weekend
that IWGP?
Yeah, IWGP US/UK champion, because Will Ospreay is UK, so he wants to show his UK pride.
Represent.
Yes, exactly. Represent. In a triple threat match versus Jon Moxley and David Finlay. This will be great. David and Moxley are both hard hitters. Well, Ospreay's a hard hitter too, but also very high flyer, very high energy. I think this match will be phenomenal. Depending what else they announce for it, this might steal the show. To be honest with you, I think Ospreay needs to retain unless something else is going on behind the scenes. I think David Finlay should win his first or second singles title. But we will see what happens. Now for tonight, Monday Night Raw is also going down right now.
So is that running right now? Probably not main event, or it's probably main event.
Raw right now, no. It's close to it, though. It's been running for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a match announced on social media by the general manager, Pierce. Judgment Day versus New Day. The result it is, obviously, who do you think won?
Judgment Day.
Unfortunately. They also announced that it was going to be some sort of tournament or match for the women's title, number one contender, something like that. Did not get the names, don't remember the names. There's also, they announced a number one contenders match for the IC title, which was going to be Ricochet versus The Miz versus Bronson Reed versus Ivar. I hope Ricochet wins. We need to get a push from him. He's too good to be left like the way he has been.
The Miz just can't stay out of the spotlight, man.
I mean, wrestling-wise, he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But in the mic, I think he's probably one of their top.
The mic, The Miz is really great. I mean, he ran WrestleMania. Yeah. That was awesome.
It was good. But I think Bronson Reed might win this one again.
Bronson had his chance, though.
Agreed. 100% agree. The thing is, the only one I want to see is Ricochet. Everybody else can F off. For now. They also announced Shinsuke Nakamura versus Akira Tozawa. It was already announced who won. Shinsuke won, obviously. Tozawa hasn't really been on TV for months.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, that was going to be Nakamura. I think they're trying to build him up again a little bit. So he just lost to Seth Rollins for the title. Other than that, I think that's pretty much all the wrestling news we got. I know you mentioned it before. You want to talk about it a little bit. So the floor is yours. Go ahead, take it.
Modern Warfare 3 campaign. So Modern Warfare 3, it fully releases on the 10th of this month, November 10th. So we have 4 more days till full release. If you pre-ordered, you were able to start playing the campaign November 2nd. I didn't realize that till November 3rd. I walked in, my brother's like, "Don't look at me." No,
I'm naked.
No, he had already finished it, and he said, "I just beat the campaign. Really enjoyed the campaign." And for Modern Warfare 2, I actually went through and I played that on the hardest difficulty. So technically, the hardest difficulty is realistic.
Gotcha.
My brother beat the campaign and opened up realistic. Realistic's only open until after you beat the game.
Okay.
I wanted to go into it as blind as possible, and if I had questions, I'd ask my brother what I needed to do. So with realistic, there's just minimized HUD. I went through and I beat all of Modern Warfare 2 on realistic. Haven't touched it for like regular recruit. So with these new Call of Duties, I've been starting out, and first difficulty I play on is veteran. I played this one out the door at veteran because there was no realistic that I knew of. I decided to just play veteran, and there's probably going to be a realistic when full game drops. Maybe I can see where it doesn't happen just because it's limited HUD. If you wanted to get that experience, you could just delete it yourself. I really enjoyed the campaign. There was some good parts about it for me, and there were some not so good parts. The not so good parts for me was their new event. And just with how I was playing in terms of difficulty, it made it for a semi-unenjoyable experience. There wasn't enough checkpoints where it felt like there should have been a checkpoint. And it was it was called Free Gun or something like that. Weapons Free. And basically, it's like you're dropped in and you're playing DMZ. And honestly, if I wanted to go and play Call of Duty DMZ, I would play that. but I was expecting a campaign. I enjoy the linear campaign that Call of Duties have produced. There was still linear campaign, so it was campaign, free, campaign, free, campaign, kind of.
Free, like free play?
The weapon's free, and I'll have to show it to you. I'm probably actually going to, when I get bored, try and speedrun it and try and get speedrun contender for Modern Warfare 3.
Okay.
I heard somebody did it in 3 hours. I think on the easiest difficulty, it's probably obtainable in an hour and 40 minutes, easy.
Gotcha. So it's not one of these dragged out campaigns, really.
No, and I enjoy a long campaign. Just to summarize it, campaign overall really good. The story went in ways that I didn't expect. They took me for a loop.
Gotcha.
And I feel like I can predict things pretty easily with how either like scenes are set up or just kind of know like what's going to happen or think about what it's going to be. And yeah, it threw me for a few loops that I didn't see coming. Really good characters.
Gotcha.
Really good characters. Almost start crying.
Don't cry. Something might be good. No, what you should be crying, I'm going to take a little pause. They announced the winner of that #1 container is The Miz.
Really?
Okay. All right, continue. That was terrible.
Now I'm upset.
Me too. Me fucking too.
So, Modern Warfare 3 campaign, I'm going to be running it through on Recruit. I really enjoyed the campaign. The new Modern Warfare series campaigns have been really good. I want to try and get you to play them at least a little bit. I think that you're going to like them.
So, I've never played any... No, I have played shooting. I haven't really played Modern Warfare in a long time. I don't remember what was the last one. Like, I have played Army of Two. I have played a few other shoot 'em up adventure ones, but Modern Warfare never caught my attention.
Did you ever play some of the older Ghost Recons?
No.
No, okay. I can't relate nothing really to you then.
Yeah. So when I was younger, I didn't play much of shooting, and it was all sports and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe we'll try it. We'll see how we go, and maybe I'll give it a try. Definitely. So you said you finished all the campaign already, right?
Yep, finished all the campaign, watched all the cutscenes, very enjoyed it. I finished it actually before coming over. That's what I was doing.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I figured there was enough time. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to play it on an easier difficulty. I did enjoy the struggle of getting through it.
Okay.
How my speedruns plan to work, if I get top 5 in the speedrun category, then I'll move up in difficulty.
Okay. And try it like that as well.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because I played on veteran difficulty, I probably put 12 to 14 hours in the campaign.
Oh, okay.
I struggled quite a bit. And it probably is also because I'm bad at games. No, it's pretty difficult, especially when something can two-shot you.
Oof, that's terrible.
Yeah. See, on Recruit, I'm going to be able to run down an alley with guys, kill all the necessaries, and move on.
So that also reminds me when I played Army of Two. I'm going to go a little tangent on it, a shooting game. I was on a lot of vitamins, and I'm very well lubricated. And I couldn't sleep that night. I was at a friend's house in LA when I lived out there. And
Napoleon, November 22nd. Sorry.
I'm down to watch it because I'm a big fan of history and war. As I was saying, I was kind of out of it, but couldn't fall asleep. So I put the game in, finished it in under, I want to say 6 to 8 hours. Cleared the campaign, and by the time I finished, everybody was just barely waking up. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we should definitely do Army of Two.
Yes.
I think that would be really fun.
Although, one of the last bosses, that creepy ghost spider, whatever the hell it was.
I feel like you might have played, was it
I think the second one.
Yeah, Juarez or whatever it was?
I think so.
Yeah.
It was like a hotel with some alien thing coming out.
So I never beat the second one, but the first one I played over and over with my brother. Really good. And we started playing the second one. It just didn't have the same feeling.
Gotcha.
But it had a really good split screen. I really enjoyed it.
I played by myself, and I passed in a few hours. It was crazy. It might have been just because I was so out of it that I just went through it.
We'll cook through it, man.
Yes, we probably would. Great game. What do you, since you already played this campaign, what do you rate in our scale? Thumbs up, thumbs out, middle fingers up, middle fingers out.
For Modern Warfare 3, just the campaign, because full game's not out. Just campaign alone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give it 1 thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Or is this better?
Yeah. So thumbs up is very good. 2 thumbs up is very, very good. Middle fingers up is even better. Excellent.
All right.
And switch it around if you're going down, obviously.
So I'm when I go back and play through on an easier difficulty, because I have some pent up feelings about some things on it. Oh my gosh. So I got a little bit of pent up feelings on just how I died on certain spots.
Some of a little bitter on those.
I'll give it 2 thumbs up.
Okay.
I prefer the Modern Warfare 2 campaign.
Okay.
I think it was on par with the Modern Warfare 1 campaign. Yeah, I give it 2 thumbs up. It's close to middle finger, but
not quite there. Or maybe when the whole game comes out, maybe it'll be different.
I mean, there's going to be zombies and there's going to be multiplayer. Definitely playing different. Zombies, definitely playing multiplayer. Yeah. Really excited. I already got a small crew going, so.
Okay. Cool, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm glad hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Little reminders. Remember, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to try to be streaming video game play with you guys. I'm doing Black Flag on Tuesdays, and then we will see Thursdays. Maybe I continue Black Flag, or if you guys want me to try something new, maybe that, or another game that I want to do is GTA 5. I've been wanting to play it for years, so we'll have that Tuesday, Thursday. Wednesday, we'll have reviews, reactions, whatever we have planned for you guys. And then we're working also on having something for Saturday. We're still working on the plans. The kinks, we'll get you that when we get it to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, leave any comments on anything, your top 6 teams, your bottom 6 teams, or what you think on Modern Warfare 3, like the campaign so far. But other than that, you have anything else you want to go over?
No, I think that's all for me.
Cool. Remember, guys, don't take anything we say for more than a grain of salt. We're 2 jokers that just love to have fun, talk shop with some football, some wrestling, and obviously some nerd stuff. We love some nerd stuff for sure. Also, remember to be grateful for the family members you have, the problems you don't have, the things you do have, because it could always be worse. We talked about this last week. PTs to everybody in the Middle East, everything they're going through. There's too much innocence being roped into this, and it's not good. It just shows the real animalistic side of human nature. But other than that, like I said, be grateful for what you do have, and pray for those, if you do pray, or send your vibes out there, whatever it is, for those that are struggling.
Go and tell the person that matters most to you that you love them, that you appreciate them. Give them a hug, and not just a little pat. Mm-hmm. Give it like a good 5-second hug. Make sure they know that you appreciate them. Yeah. Because you never know what's going to happen.
Exactly. But other than that, I've been Lobo.
I've been Jax.
And this was Jokers Wild Side. See you next time.
See ya.